Hi and welcome or welcome back to The Books Are Everywhere. So welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. It is now the second week of December, and before I get into what I am reading this week, I am just going to cut straight to some clips because I went to a Christmas market yesterday. I really want to make these vlogs pretty festive, but I am working from home in the week and not really, like, I'm going out to see friends and stuff, but I don't really have that much time to do extra stuff. So I did go to a Christmas market. It was so festive, so Christmassy, and I had a really lovely time. So I'm going to kick this one off by showing you some clips from yesterday because it was just beautiful. So yeah, into those. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little montage. I am just going to talk about the books that I am currently reading / have already actually finished this week. So, surrounded by books right now, as I am all the time. The books are literally everywhere. Anyway, I finished Make You Mine This Christmas yesterday. I read this on audio. This was so good. This was the Illumicrate Afterlight book for December, for the last part of the year, and this was just absolutely glorious. I really loved it. Honestly, I've given it 5 stars. I just really enjoyed this book. I thought it was really good. I don't know if it's maybe a 4.5 in reality, but Goodreads doesn't do half stars, so right now I've just done 5. I feel like it might be a 4.5, but it was just so sweet. So this one follows Half, who meets this guy at this party, kisses this guy, they end up going home together, but like nothing really happens. And then the next morning he asks if she can be his like fake girlfriend for Christmas and go home with him to see his family and basically pose as his fake girlfriend. So she goes, and then she has this little meet cute on the way with this girl. She gets to the house of this guy, and it turns out that this woman was his sister. And everything's just complete turmoil. This kind of reminded me in a way of Stay Another Day by Juno Dawson, which I read last year and actually enjoyed a lot more than I expected. That's just completely like drama filled family Christmas time, which is kind of what this was, but it was also just really heartwarming in a lot of ways, and there was some real positive rep in here that I just really liked. One of the like main side characters, which was the main character Hal's flatmate, Ambrose, is non-binary, and throughout this whole book was referred to as they them, but it wasn't made a big deal of, and also they were not misgendered throughout the entire book. This was just a non-binary character living their life, which I just think is something that I feel like we haven't gotten to the point yet in fiction where that's normal, which is crazy. But like I feel like it's really good to see a non-binary side character where the focus isn't on them being misgendered. It's a real positive thing. Their gender and their representation of themselves was talked about really positively throughout the book, which I just really liked. Also, the main character was plus sized as well, and that was talked about really positively throughout the book, and also discussed like plus size clothing and stuff, which was really cool. And yeah, there was just so many good things about this book. Like, Illumicrate have really hit out of the park with this, and I'm really glad I picked it up as an audiobook now, just to get me into like the festive spirit, because it did. It was so sweet, it was so cozy, very heartwarming. Loved the friends and the side characters, the whole collection of people, the messy family, and also the romances were just brilliant as well. And also bi rep as well. Just great. I urge you all to read this. I feel like the more I talk about it, the more I'm just going to give it 5 stars, because it was brilliant. I can't fault it. And anyway, I've also read another book since. It's only just gone 3, haven't even got a watch on. It's just gone 3 p.m. on Wednesday, so I worked Monday, had yesterday off because I worked Sunday, and now I'm working again today, so I'm on my lunch break. But I have actually been listening to another audiobook all morning while I work, and I finished it. So this audiobook was only about 5.5, 6 hours long anyway, and I listened to it on nearly 2 times speed. So I've actually just finished this entire book this morning, before my lunch break. So yeah, this was interesting. It really reminded me of House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland, and I couldn't remember the name of that book for ages. I had to go and look on my Goodreads challenge from last year to actually find the name of that book because it was just completely evading me. But I liked House of Hollow, but it kind of went over my head a lot. There was things that I didn't like about it, whereas this felt like the good parts of House of Hollow that I really enjoyed in this book. Like, it felt like all of the good parts and not so much of the negativity, basically. I couldn't tell you like my full thoughts and feelings on the House of Hollow now because it's been so long since I read it, but there is a full review on my blog. But anyway, this is following a girl called Bitsy, and in this world there is the Revelry, which is this mysterious end of year party that happens in the woods every year. Her and her best friend Amy, who are kind of like sisters honestly in this book, go to this party because Amy persuades Bitsy to go. And then something happens and they basically don't remember what happened the next day. And Amy is kind of like, oh, well, it's fine. And Bitsy's like, no, what happened? And then they're tied together in this curse because of going to this party. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was a good audiobook, very quick. I feel like it kind of read like a short story because I feel like there wasn't any setup. And also it wasn't really explained what the Revelry was or why it existed. It just kind of happened, unless I missed that because I have been working while I've been listening to it. But I did really enjoy this actually. It was very fast paced, but also some of the like real, because it is set in the real world, it's just that there's this party thing that happens and it's like dark, which is what reminded me I think of like House of Hollow. But there was a lot that I enjoyed about this. I liked the friendship. I like the kind of dark atmosphere to it. Would have been great to read in autumn or like around Halloween. It wasn't amazing, and I love Catherine Webber so much. I love her writing so much, so I feel like it's not quite for me as her other books are, because I feel like for me her contemporaries are like some of the best contemporaries I've ever read. Wing Jones and How Only Love Can Break Your Heart are like 2 of my favourite YA contemporaries, so I feel like this one wasn't quite for me and also felt quite young for my taste now, but I love Katie Webber so much that I was always going to pick this one up. Also loved the Twin Crowns series that Katie's been writing with Catherine Doyle. I feel like that's not correct and I can't remember right now. But anyway, I did enjoy this. I think it's going to be a 3.5 stars. It was like I liked it, but it didn't blow me away and it wasn't like my new favourite book. But there is a lot to like about this, and if you're looking for kind of a spooky, dark, young adult kind of horror fantasy, then I would definitely recommend it. And then 2 books I also want to read this week. I need to carry on with Project Hail Mary because me and my friend Jeff are currently buddy reading this. We are not that far in, and I would like to finish it this month, which is it would be quite an achievement because it's quite chunky. And Jeff has actually read a chapter ahead of me, and I haven't caught up right now because I just haven't had time to physically read the past couple of days. So he's on chapter 5, I'm on chapter 4, but we'll catch up. I'm sorry that I'm behind right now, Jeff, but I will catch up. So basically we just like one of us reads a chapter and then tells the other and the other catches up. So I'm the one that needs to catch up right now. But we're both enjoying this book quite a lot. It's very funny. It's the same author as The Martian. I have talked about this on a few vlogs now, so you guys probably know what it's about. But the basic premise is it follows Ryland, who is a sole survivor of a mission, and he wakes up in this kind of room and he starts having flashbacks to his life that help him uncover what's going on in the present like time where he is right now, which he doesn't know where he is. We don't currently know where he is. He's figuring that out, slowly revealed throughout the book, and it kind of ends on little cliffhangers at the end of every chapter, which I really, really enjoy, and it definitely makes me want to read on when I manage to pick it up, which I will, hopefully today. And then I also do want to pick up The Taking of Jake Livingston, which is my next physical read alongside Project Hail Mary, because I finished the other ones the other day on my last vlog. This one was on my November TBR and it's been moved onto my December TBR. And this one follows Jake, who is a 16-year-old, I think, medium, 16-year-old medium who sees dead people play out their last living memories. And the only good thing in Jake's life is the other black student at St Clair School, the handsome Alistair, and then life as a medium starts to get worse. There's a powerful, vengeful ghost that targets Jake. High school has become a different kind of survival game, one Jake is not sure he can win. And this also tackles racism as well from the teachers in the school, which I just missed in the blurb there when I read that out. But yeah, I'm hoping to read that one soon, or start it at least this week, and then hopefully manage to finish it, because it's quite a short book, but to be fair, the writing is quite tiny, so I'm not sure how it's going to take, because I haven't started it yet, so I don't know what my pacing's going to be like with that one. But anyway, I'm going to go now because there's stuff I need to do on my lunch break which I haven't started yet, like Christmas stuff. Hopefully I'll get some reading in at some point today, I don't know when, because I'm out tonight as well. But anyway, you know, it's all fun and games in the run up to Christmas, isn't it? Hi, it is Friday, what day are we on? 16th of December, and I thought it was about time that I'd come and give you guys another update. I've been quite busy with work and then doing stuff after work, going out for meals, seeing friends and exchanging Christmas presents and things like that, which has been really, really lovely. But yeah, I thought I would just pop in and give you an update on what I've been reading the past few days. I have actually made some progress in Project Hail Mary. I'm now at the start of chapter 6, which I'm going to try and read today, and maybe read chapter 7 as well, because I did finally catch up with Jeff last night and read another couple of chapters, which I'm still really enjoying. I feel like I don't have too much like extra to say about it at this point, other than like tiny things that obviously me and Jeff are discussing as we finish each chapter. I am still really enjoying this. The writing's really easy, and I feel like once I finish a chapter I do want to carry on and read the next one to find out what's happening, especially because this flips between the present and the past, when he was on Earth, and you find out all these things about his life, which I feel like is quite a compelling writing style. Like it is very compelling and it's very easy to fall into and very easy to read. So hoping to get to about a quarter of the way through at least this today. I'm nearly a quarter, and I think Jeff said at the end of this chapter he's at a quarter, so once I finish chapter 6 I will be at least making some progress. We do want to finish this. We did want to finish this in December. So we definitely need to like pick up the pace if we are going to succeed in doing that. I also had a delivery today from Penguin, and I had one from Harper, so thank you to Al at Harper Insider for the book that she sent me, but I won't be discussing that because of the current HarperCollins strikes that are still going on. But the books that I received from Penguin, the first one is Dear Dolly by Dolly Alderton, and these are both sent to me by Ree at Penguin Huddle, so thank you so much to Ree for sending me these. I read Ghosts by Dolly Alderton last year as part of the blog tour, and I absolutely loved that book so much more than I expected to. It was so good. So when I saw that this was available to request, I requested it. This is a non-fiction, I believe, because I believe that Dolly Alderton, yeah, she has a Sunday Times style column, and this is a collection of the Agony Aunt column that she has been running since early 2020 apparently. So this is including breakups, body issues, families, friendships, dating, divorce, the pleasures and pitfalls of social media, sex, loneliness, longing, love and everything in between. Without judgment and with deep empathy, informed by her own much chronicled adventures in love, friendship and dating, Dolly leads us by the hand through various labyrinths of life, proving that a problem shared is truly a problem halved. So yeah, very interested in reading this one, and I might actually listen to the audiobook of this as well, because I feel like being like read out funny column, like Agony Aunt style column stories would be quite entertaining, so I might get the audiobook for that. Ree also sent me Glow, which is the 5th book, I think, in the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy, which I haven't read. This is such a brick, honestly. I haven't read the series, and I believe that Ree is sending the rest of them. It's just that this one happened to arrive first. This is 714 pages, although the text is actually quite large. I've heard really mixed things about this series, so it was like, do I want to read it? Do I not want to read it? Oh, that's pretty. And I decided when they came on offer that, yeah, why not? Why not? Because I have heard some really good things. I've heard some really bad things as well, so I'm really intrigued. But yeah, so I think the rest are coming in paperback. But for now, I have this one in hardback, the last one in the series, or the most current one in the series, because I don't actually know how many books there's going to be in this series. But I am intrigued when I finally do get around to reading it to see whether I enjoy this series or not, because I'm really not sure how it's going to go. I've heard really good things about the second book, because apparently you can kind of discard the first book, you don't have to read it. Apparently I think the timeline is like a bit all over the place for the first and the second book. I don't really know. Yeah, I've heard mixed opinions, but I'm intrigued to give it a go at some point. Not yet, not now, but at some point. But anyway, that is my reading and book updates and post updates for the past few days. Hopefully I'll have more time over the weekend to read, because I still haven't started The Taking of Jake Livingstone, because I've just been reading this and listening to audiobooks, so hopefully I'll get to read a little bit of that physically over the weekend and update you guys more. I'll try and update you guys tomorrow, because it's Saturday tomorrow, so I finish work in a couple of hours for my first full weekend in 3 weeks, so that will be quite nice, because I've been working some weekend days the past couple of weeks and then had a day off in the week to compensate, so I still get the day off. It's just I've only had one day off at a time in the past couple of weeks, so having a full weekend will be quite a treat. But anyway, I'm gonna head off now and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Hi, it's Sunday night. Welcome to the end of the vlog. I wish I had a massive reading update for you guys, and I wish I could say that I've like spent the whole weekend reading or something, but I really haven't. So I have a small reading update for you guys, in that I probably haven't read any more of this since I last spoke to you. I'm on chapter 8 right now, the start of chapter 8, and yeah, that was a few nights ago, to be completely honest, and I've read a whopping 10 pages of The Taking of Jake Livingstone, which is, I'm enjoying the opening chapters. But yeah, I really haven't spent a lot of the weekend reading, and if I want to complete this Goodreads reading goal, then the next couple of vlogs are going to be incredibly entertaining, because there will be a lot to read. I did read a couple of picture books this week. It wasn't actually to boost my Goodreads goal, it obviously naturally did. I had a few that I needed to read for something to do with work, and I just ended up reading them this week, so I could actually pass them on to other people. So I did read 2 picture books this week as well, which I haven't talked about. One was called The Station Cat, which is very, very cute, and one was called, I will show you. And this was the other one, What Do You See When You Look at a Tree, which is a Kew Gardens big pictures press, big picture press picture book, which is very sweet. It's like a story, but also kind of like non-fiction about trees, which was very sweet. So yeah, I read a couple of picture books. Station Cat was about a cat that was lost in a station. It was very heartwarming, about all of the characters that were in this station. But yeah, I didn't read that to boost my Goodreads goal, but obviously it naturally did boost my Goodreads goal by 2, and I read them within like half an hour. But anyway, I did also start another book. However, I've since realised that the book I talked about the other day and the other book I started are published by HarperCollins, so I will not be discussing that one, but I am 25% of the way through another book, which I'm not going to talk about, but hopefully I'll be able to finish that in the next few days, because audiobooks are saving me at the moment, and hopefully I'll be able to read some more of both of these. And yeah, I would just like to honestly finish this one and The Lies We Tell, because I feel like they will be such quick reads when I finally get into them, and then I can read some like graphic novels, manga, some like stuff I've got stored up for the end of the year. It would also be helpful if I had like any time off over Christmas, that I could really sink my teeth into stuff, but in reality I have 3 days off which is Christmas Eve, Christmas Day and Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas Day for anyone who doesn't have Boxing Day because it's a weird British thing, in which I will be spending time with family and having several Christmas meals and things like that. So I doubt I will get that much reading done over the Christmas weekend either. But I can still do this, I believe in myself, I can do it. I can read another 15 books before the end of the year. Maybe, we'll see. But yeah, I hope you join me for the next vlog, or two, because there will be 2 more vlogs before the end of the year, where I do have an absolute mad rush to try and finish about 15 books in those vlogs, but we will see how that goes. And I'm gonna go now and wrap up this vlog because yeah, it is Sunday evening. I will be starting another vlog tomorrow. Wish I had more of a reading update for you, but I don't right now, so I am just gonna head off and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.